What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be coming at you with the Super Bowl recap. Now, obviously, the Chiefs won in this game, but I want to go over it a little deeper, see how different teams could have won their strong and weak points. Let's start off with the 49ers. What the 49ers did bad in the first quarter. They had lots of penalties, false starts, and holdings. A lot of them were on Trent Williams, uncharacteristic of him to have these flags that really just set back the drives, making mental mistakes, and all of stuff like that. Something that the 49ers did good was they were passing the ball very efficiently. Now, Brock Purdy went for 105 in passing yards in the first quarter, and then the Kansas City defense eventually came back. What the Chiefs did bad, they played terrible offense, and really they just capitalized off of the 49ers making mental errors. Kansas City should have been down by a lot more than just 3 points in the first quarter. Now, something that the Chiefs did good, they stopped Christian McCaffrey, surprisingly, which we thought was going to be the hardest thing for them to do rather than stop Brock Purdy in the first quarter, which was the opposite. Second quarter, what the 49ers did bad, still the same. You can't get the offense going, and they're still making errors. Now, I would say that there was more errors in the first quarter, but if you look at it, you really scored on one trick play in the first half. One touchdown off of a trick play, which was set up very nicely, should have been called back with a illegal man downfield, but the refs must have not seen it. I do think the refs played a pretty good game. Not too many calls where you really need to say that should have been a call. So in the 49ers, they good on this. They were really all over the Chiefs besides really 2 plays where it was that deep Patrick Mahomes play, but then they got the fumble. I think that was in the first quarter, actually. But then the Chiefs had a long drive, ended up kicking a 3, breaking Jake Moody's record of longest Super Bowl kick right after he just made it. Now, something that the Chiefs did bad did good in the second quarter was their defense was really all over the 49ers. Like I mentioned, really one trick plays scored them. It wasn't like a super long drive, so I think the Chiefs defense played a very good second quarter. And next up is something that the 49ers did bad in the third quarter was more just mental mistakes. The one player on the punt return, it hit the back of his shoe, forcing a turnover when you just stopped the Kansas City offense, which had Kansas City take their first lead of the game, where you really cannot do that in the Super Bowl if you're supposed to be one of the best teams. Now, something that the 49ers did good, nothing in the third quarter. They were allowing points to the Chiefs. They did. And the Chiefs, even if they weren't getting multiple points, they were having long drives that would get them to like the 40 or the 50, would punt, and then just do that all over. But and then something that the Chiefs did bad in this third quarter would really, I would have liked to see them score more points. If you're one of the coaches, I think they should have been able to capitalize a little bit more on their defense playing better. But that's really the only bad thing that they did. And then something good was capitalizing on some times and scoring points and taking their first lead of the game. Now, they did have a slow start onto their offense in the third quarter. But next up, something that the 49ers did bad in the fourth quarter, they gave up points and let this game go into overtime. That's what they did. But the 49ers passing game came alive and generated points to put the game into overtime. Chiefs played bad defense in the fourth. The Chiefs' offense was good. They scored 19-19. They really only scored a field goal, but you're still in that point range where OT. Now, in OT, something the 49ers did bad was some of their players didn't know how OT worked. I would bet that if Fred Warner probably did not know how it worked if he wanted the ball first, because it is a disadvantage not knowing what the other team would have, because you want to either match it or get a touchdown. Like, for example, say the Chiefs get a field goal their first drive. The 49ers know this. They say, we need a touchdown. We need a field goal. We cannot punt this ball or a touchdown. Or you could say it in the way as the Chiefs score a touchdown. Now the 49ers are in a spot, no matter what down it is, it could be fourth and anything, and you are forced to go for it to win the game. 49ers defense ruined them, really. The Chiefs played bend but don't break defense, and the Chiefs offense really just came together on a touchdown where they were inside the red zone, and it was just a little rollout pass for a touchdown, which wasn't the best touchdown, but it was a touchdown. Mecole Hardman didn't even know that he was the game winner. Example that lots of players don't know the new overtime playoff rules. And maybe it's because we haven't seen one yet. But that's the Super Bowl recap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.